Okay, this is the video on a breadboard, and it might be a little bit hard for me to do this one-handed. I did a little bit of stuff ahead. I'm going to do my best so you can see me put it together. So this is your breadboard. As you can see, it's just a little piece of plastic with a bazillion holes. Don't let the holes freak you out. Now, computer people use this, electronics people use this, like people build actual big, long circuits on here. We're just doing a simple circuit. We're just wiring an LED. So don't let it intimidate you. It's no big deal. So, quickly, this is the kind of wire I was telling you about that you use. You saw it sticking out of the canvas earlier. I like to use a red and a black, just so I can keep track of what side's what. You'd be surprised how confused you can get when you're in the middle of trying to figure shit out. This is the LED, and this is how I get them bulk in packages like this. You can see that's supposed to be purple. I hope the color on this turns out okay. These are my resistors. I already have them clipped to fit in here because I kind of did a dry run of this. This is the battery snap attachment, and this is my 9-volt battery. So, geez, let me see. For a simple, I'm going to do it once without the switch for you guys, and then I'll do it with the switch. Okay, sorry about that. I had to stop and just trim those down a little bit. So this is what we do. You're going to put the positive on the positive side where the red line is. You can see that? I'm sorry, this is so blurry. There we go. The positive side on that side. You're going to put the negative on. Some breadboards, this is a black line. This one is pretty blue. So then, now this is the hot side, and this is the negative side. So we're just going to pick a line, and we're going to start putting our resistors in to make the circuit. So just poke it in. There's one. And again, I said I'm doing a 50, a 150, or a 150, a 100, and a 10. And then you're just going to go down the line. So we're going to put this one in the hole next to it. And I'm sorry, this is so hard to do with one hand. Okay, sorry about that. So now you can see I have them all in here. They're all on the same line. And you're just making a circuit, your circuit go across. Now, here is the LED bulb. You can see the long side, remember this is important, the long side is positive, the short side is negative. You can also tell sometimes by looking in, if you see the great big piece of metal there, inside of that, that's always going to be the negative side. So sometimes if you clip them and then you forget, because it has to be, remember power only flows through these in one direction. And it's no big deal if you end up not knowing, you can just flip it around. That's why we're using a breadboard, because this is how we test a circuit. So then you just poke it in here, just like that. And then we're going to hook up. I'm going to try to do this one-handed. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to snap in my battery. And there you go. We have our LED light. So we know that the setup of resistors I have is going to work. Our battery works. Our light works. The snap works. So now I'm going to actually pause it really quick. Okay, so I wired the switch in, which is right here. I already pre-wired 2 pieces of wire to this, and what I did is I just connected the hot wire to the hot wire and the negative wire to the negative wire on the battery cord. It's all hooked up to the battery. Make sure when you're testing shit on your breadboard to wrap anything that's going to touch each other in electrical tape. I just keep my electrical tape hooked up to my workspace right here, because if you don't, you're going to make a little short circuit and it's going to spark and it's going to scare the shit out of you. And it'll make you squeal, and then your husband will laugh at you. Just saying. Or your wife, or whoever. So anyway, let's turn the switch on. See, we did that right. So there we go. And this switch doesn't matter. Whatever side you hook the hot up to is going to be your hot side. Whatever side you don't, it doesn't really make a difference. So there you go.